now. Everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Mad here on Neo Dota. It's episode number 26. Thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, of course, we were supposed to have BuLba die a little bit earlier here, but unfortunately he couldn't join us. Arteezy also dodging because guess what? He's got a game. So we got the usual crew, and standing in for us tonight is going to be the one, the only, the big man himself, Aaron Spit-wad Stern. And of course, we got the rest of the crew here. Hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. We're going to jump right into it though. And For us, I think the most interesting thing to talk about to start off with was the whole Fnatic hacking thing. And there was a VOD on Twitch not too long ago of NoTail playing. He was playing his Dota game, and all of a sudden his like mouse went into the top right corner, exited out of the game, and a text pad came up saying like, if you're not going to play Dota games, you should just quit. No more Meeple for you, or something like that. Ha ha ha. Came out later that actually. Avast sponsored, I think it was Avast sponsored Fnatic, and it seems to be a bit of a PR move. So I don't know who wants to start on this one, who wants to talk about it, but a little bit of a silly move I feel like for Fnatic here, especially with that VOD.
Well, the kicker is really the time frame. This all happened within the last 24 hours or so. If they had waited a week after the incident before announcing their new security sponsor, then maybe it would be more believable.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also, the whole thing was like... And when you look back on it, you're just kind of like, how did we think that was real? Like, a text pad opens up, and he starts typing things? I mean, I don't know. That seems a little... That seems a little interesting. I mean... That would probably freak me out way more than what it did to NoTail. And I'm not questioning his acting ability, but, like, I'd be like, holy... Are you fucking... Is this happening to me right now? So... Charlie, have you seen the video?
I have.
What did you think? What did you think of the acting? What did you think of everything?
It's really not that interesting. It's a cool way to announce a sponsor, but I don't really give a shit, man.
Really? That's... wow.
We're giving in to them. They knew the PR stunt would cause more discussion and get them more exposure.
This is really not that interesting. I don't know. It's a cool way to announce a sponsor. Could have been done better. That's the TLDR.
Dude, you're so pessimistic. You're so fucking pessimistic, dude, all the time.
You know what I want. You know what I want, Mark.
Listen.
He wants to be called the best.
No. I know what he wants.
No, that's not what I want.
He asked me.
Say his name. Say his name.
Charlie, you asked me like 2 hours ago, and I'm just like, do I really want to do this? We're trying to be serious. We'll talk about that later. But as a player, guys, what do you think about this entire move? Would you do this for your team, Kurt? Would you be able to like sit there and kind of act this out accordingly for a sponsor or something like that?
I think when I heard about it, that it was a publicity stunt, like the first thing I thought was, oh god, what if they made me do something like that? So, like, I mean, I guess probably could. It wouldn't be that hard, would it? And
so you're confident in your acting abilities then?
Like, I mean, I can't act for shit. It wouldn't be good. NoTail probably did it 1,000 times better than me, but I didn't actually watch it.
I don't know, man. I think you could get away with a decent acting job. I think it could be fine. Sam, what about you? What if Shiny Things or Need for Speed came up to you and said, "Listen, we need sponsors for Team Liquid, and we need some nice little videos and cool advertising."
Oh, yo, that'd be so cool. Need for Speed, like they have all their chairs break on stream, and then Need for Speed comes in and is like, "Wow, new chairs." I mean, that'd be the best.
That's fucking gold right there. All right, get it done, Need for Speed. Could you do that, Sam? Though, could you do something like that? Could you act?
Sure. I mean, I'll do it.
Really? You don't sound too like
excellent.
You don't sound too enthused about that.
I mean, I'll do it, dude. I
mean, I don't think any player will be enthusiastic about it, but I think everyone would do it, right?
Well, no, actually, that's funny you say that, because didn't that like soap opera thing come out with like Alliance? And I didn't watch it, but like it was S4, I think, and Loda were acting in something. Like they seemed enthusiastic about it. I don't know. See, like people do that kind of thing. Then again, I guess that's different, but
I can just see it right now. Sam's like sitting on the curb with his PC outside, and like you just get to zoom in. It's outgrade.
Yeah, the
Sam's
fucking
like
outgrade
nerding out
videos.
on the computer.
Those videos are some of the clowniest shit too. The one where that LoL player from, I think it's from EG, goes into the classroom and he's got this giant ass computer or something like that. Does anybody know what I'm talking about with that video? All right, you people
No.
are
XMG,
you're all
the
you're all
XMG video.
yes.
Yes, I have seen that.
Okay.
Anna's in it, and the one of the EG LoL players is in it. Yes, I know that.
Okay, I'm just gonna say you're all uncultured, but that I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this actually. Do you like the fact that Dota and esports are getting more mainstream? Like, and I want to direct this more towards the players. Like, Sam, do you think that this is better for Dota, or do you think this is like more annoying? Would you rather have it stay where it is? What do you think?
Yeah, I can't say it's not good for Dota. Like, everyone wants sponsors and everyone wants more money. Plain and simple.
You don't look at it that way. Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, isn't it not true? Isn't that the...
I mean, how could it be worse? What are the negatives? Like the pros can't talk like they're in NA Dota. Like that's the negative,
that's
right?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You can't have people
like
running
that
around
shit
like
should
Dota.
stop anyways, probably. So like,
whoa, dude, hold on now. You're crossing the line here. Aaron Stern.
I mean,
he's gonna come in.
you're
here,
you're pretending to be stupid, and then the community around you is gonna become stupid, and then idiots are gonna come in and they're like, "Oh, I'm stupid. I want to be in the community with them."
All right, I'm just gonna let you just gave Aaron Stern enough ad revenue for NA Dota for like a week now, so thank you for that. I guess Aaron, you should thank him. All right, everybody. But yeah, I think it's good. It is good for esports, and you're right. You're not gonna be able to run around. It's not gonna be like NA Dota. You know, you have to act a little bit more professionally, and I think that's what we want out of Dota players sometimes. There are some things that you just can't really do, and you can do, and of course the advertisements are going to start coming fast and furious, especially as we get closer to TI4, and I think as more people start getting into the scene. So that's an interesting topic. I'm excited to see that Fnatic's doing that, and I think the more it also helps your brand as a player too, because then you're a little bit more recognized. Obviously, I'm surprised they went with No-Tail though, actually, because I don't know. I'm a big fan of No-Tail stream. I love watching his stream, but like he can say some shit on stream, man, and you know, he has a lot of opinions. I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't go for another player, maybe somebody a little bit more manner. Not to say he's not manner, but...
Wait, what are you...
Alright, you know what? Listen.
What?
Have you watched No-Tail stream before?
Can we talk about Dota?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, fine. Alright, I'm being shut out here, everybody. My apologies. Let's move on. We're going to talk about Zephyr and NSL Season 3. And Sam, I know you watch these games because I watch you casting them with Cap. And give me your take on these games, Sam. Do you think... I think the biggest question is, was it Jo really kind of just imploding the team, or was it Zephyr just outplaying the opposing team? Sam, what do you think for Zephyr?
I'm not a flamer, so I think Zephyr played really well, and they just showed them to be the shining stars they are right now in Korea.
Is that actually what you think?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Okay, I mean, you could see EOT didn't really play well. But they should have won that first game, where they had like SF and stuff.
Yeah, it was like an hour-long game too, wasn't it? It was like really close, I think. I didn't actually see the first game, but I know that was the only close game in the series, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the other two were stomps.
Well, I mean, this has got to be good though for. I mean, I guess not for Korean Dota, because you have a team of American players and European going over to Korea and just beating everybody in Korea. But for NA Dota, Aaron, and I'll direct this question to you. This has got to be a good thing, right? Aaron, your mic is.
I think he's muted.
Yeah, your mic's muted, buddy.
Hey, idiot.
Nope. Can't hear you. No. All right. We'll get back to you.
Well, this is awful.
Listen, man, you pick up the slack, Charlie. Come on now.
I pick up the slack.
What do you got to say about Zephyr? He just fucking walked away.
What I said, I don't know. I think it's what do I think about Zephyr? That's such an open-ended question.
Okay.
Can you...
Okay. what do you think about fucking Corey? Top tier player? Top tier player?
He's I don't know. He's probably the best player in career right now. As far as I don't know how he performs otherwise, like outside of that scene in the West or against tier 1 teams, who knows? I think he's shown a lot of skill. He has a lot of potential. But we'll see.
Did
I think
you
he
see?
is really good.
Did you see any of the drafts at all? Like
Some
any of the
of
games? Okay. What about you, Kurt?
I didn't watch the games. I mean, like, congratulations, Zephyr, I guess. That's their win.
I think.
I know I heard they just helped. They were just better than EOT, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's how they won.
Mhm.
Like, significantly, so.
Well, they should have. If they couldn't beat a team that had a stand-in last minute, then
Yeah, then they don't deserve to win. I think that's how it works.
I think
Pretty
the big
much.
question is going to be, was it a smart idea bringing Jo over right before the grand finals? Because
I mean, they
chemistry is
had
still
to, right?
thin. Yeah, because we talked about
For
this
what
last
Blitz
time.
and Purge said it on Reddit, it was legit. Like, their player actually couldn't play. His parents wouldn't let him or something. Like, his parents made him quit. So they actually, like, it's either they bring Jo or they have a 4-man roster with a Korean.
Well, don't
And
they?
apparently, no, because Jo was going to join them anyways after.
Oh,
Or
okay.
the other tournament.
I
So
didn't know
they
that.
might as well
apparently
just break
he's
him.
staying for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense then. I was gonna say like maybe they had like another Korean player that they could play with. I mean like there's a good chance they had at least someone they could pick from like a Korean roster or something.
There are 3 Filipinos on the team.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it
And
was-
English is their predominant language for communicating with the entire team. So it doesn't matter who they take.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's true. I forgot about those 2 points that Jo was staying over there and that he came over there specifically for that and that the fact that they weren't Korean. So, but yeah, I guess if they have to, then I mean, might as well bring him over if he couldn't play in the finals. But that's unfortunate. That's like such a huge roster change just to have something like that like have that change up. I mean, even with you and like when you guys went to MLG, even with you and RTZ, you guys had a bit of time to like actually practice, didn't you? Like, how long did you guys have with Speed?
We played less games than they did.
Not much time at all.
Really?
And the thing is that like them adding in JL probably made their roster better than anything else, even with less practice or the chemistry issue. I mean, it's 4 Filipinos. They probably had that together, and then JL's probably just all around a better player than their mid was.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's arguing that. So, but the thing is, I think people are just kind of surprised that they beat EOT 3-0 when they lost 3-2 earlier on in the tournament. So, I guess
Did they get
that's,
3-2?
Yeah, they did get 3-2'd in the. I think it was like this.
But they beat them 2-0 in a different tournament
Yeah.
right before.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's not a. I think Zephyr losing to EOT earlier isn't and then them coming back and beating EOT convincingly in this finals and the other tournament isn't about, I guess, what happened to EOT's roster. I think it's more about Zephyr lost. They hadn't lost before, and then they practiced a lot harder. They learned from that loss. I think it's just about Zephyr improving rather than EOT's roster affecting anything.
That's a good point. And actually, they talked about it too. They worked really hard. They had Fluff help out with a couple of replays, and which is pretty much all he could have done, and that's fine. I mean, they got coached up a little bit by that, but like I think a lot of it comes down to them just playing better individually and becoming more of a team. And actually, that's kind of exciting because a lot of people are saying, okay, well, maybe they're not going to be able to set it up to top tier teams in the West, and maybe that's true. But at least in the future, I mean, like, you know, they'll have more time to practice now. They're in the KDL right now. I think they beat Bird Gang 2-0, which it's a pretty good team. They won the NSL Season 1. I mean, that 10 Bird is... We all know how good 10 Bird is. I mean, we're a bunch of North American Dota players. We've seen him play before, so it's actually kind of a big surprise they did that, and they're moving forward as they are. Aaron, is your mic working now?
I don't know, is it?
It is. It
Yes, it
is.
is.
Excellent. So
I switched to my webcam mic, but
that's
all
fine.
right.
We can hear you fine. And I asked you this question earlier, but let me get an answer out of you this time. How does this affect NA Dota, really?
More options is always a good thing. If people can find success elsewhere, then whatever. Doesn't hurt us, that's for sure.
That's true. It's just so weird to think that Corey could be a household name. I mean, this one severely underrated Dota player from Stay Free, all of a sudden coming out of the woodwork and stepping up to the plate. I think he's probably one of my favorite up-and-coming players for sure.
It doesn't really matter where our success is. I mean, we need success from North American players and organizations in order to increase the size of our scene here. So it's good.
Yep, absolutely. More teams doing well is always a better thing, and that goes along the same lines of E-Hugs, Sad Boys, obviously, and new teams, even PSST4 to a certain extent. So, also, 3 of the members of Stay Free on semi-pro or pro teams, and I mean, what can you say about Zai and PPD? Like, those are 2 damn good players, whether you like some of them or not. They're fucking good. So, it's exciting, I think, in the future of Dota. North America.
When are you going to be a competitive North American Dota player, Maut?
Me? Probably when I hit 5K MMR, so like a year from now.
Do you think that's enough?
You wish.
5K?
I think 5K is decent enough. I mean, like, when you look at other people that are doing semi-amateur teams or semi-pro teams, like, I don't know what Nayrok's MMR is, but he's on, like, a semi-pro team, and, like, I feel like it could be better than Chicken MC eventually, especially the 2 as well.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, but Nayrok's way better than you.
I know Nayrok's way
That's,
better than you. I'm not saying he's not.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say you're setting the bar pretty low there.
Yeah.
You think you can do better than Chicken MC? The bar.
Oh my god,
like,
dude.
It's like right down here.
I mean, did you see how many Twitter followers he had, though? And Twitch followers he had?
I can get you that many Twitter followers for $49.99.
Is that really how much it costs?
I don't know. Probably something like that.
It's like
Just Google buy Twitter followers. You can get some low prices.
For anyone that doesn't know, Chicken MC is infamous in the Dota scene for buying Twitter followers and Twitch viewers. So
That's what Sam does in his free time. He works for one of those companies where he just follows people on Twitter. He gets paid like a cent per click.
For me?
Yeah. That's how you pay the bills. Put food on the table.
Exactly.
all right.
Feed the little Bulbasaurs.
Listen. I think I've been actually playing a lot of serious Dota. Like when I play Dota a lot of the time, I'm usually in like a 5-stack with my group of friends, and like the only time I ever play outside of that is like when I play with you, Aaron, and shit like that. So I don't know. I've just been playing really serious Dota. I've actually been getting so angry at this fucking game. I don't know why I still play it, but you all wait.
To keep lowering my MMR. That's
Still
why
play
you
this
play
game
it.
either.
First of all, Aaron, you can fuck off, all right? How is that my fault? How is that my fucking fault?
You're such a non-factor player, dude.
You know what? You can fucking...
Can you just show your nips?
Can you
Like,
fuck off,
really?
You think I'm going to show him after
Waddle sexual tension here. You need to just get it over with.
Listen, that's what lands are for, man. That's what fucking lands are for. Listen, guys, I'm going to be a big deal player. It's going to happen.
I mean, how about Team Dog?
How about Team Dog? You want to go right to that right now?
Just do it. Just do it.
All right,
Let's talk
so-
about Team Dog.
Team Dog, new North American-ish, like 2 North American players in their roster. They signed up specifically for Star Ladder America, which just came out, by the way, not too long ago. And they have an interesting team composition. Their roster, as of right now, is Demon, Pycat, Misery, Mason, and Fogged. What the fuck is that, Sam? What the fuck? Alright, we're gonna ignore that. And so there's actually been a big controversy about this, in that they're just using, and we've seen this before, they're just using Mason as a North American qualifier person. We saw this with EMS and the old KP, I think. I'm pretty sure it was the old KP and Bone 7 and all that jazz, but I want to talk to the...
Sam, what the fuck?
How do I turn it off?
I wanted to ignore it.
That's so distracting. Can you just turn that off?
I don't know how to turn it off.
Dude, it's the creepiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Sam, please turn that fucking shit off. What the
I don't know how to turn it off.
Yes,
Oh
you
my
do.
God.
Don't fucking lie.
Check now. Is it off now?
No.
No.
You know damn well it's not off.
Get out, Tom.
You're such...
Oh.
Okay. Can we...
Sam's, what the fuck, dude?
So,
Can we get back on
That
topic?
is okay. Thank you.
Nice.
Oh my god.
let me say what I'm the Yellow King.
Okay, so for Team Dog, I already mentioned the roster. Mason is supposed to be playing the North American spot, but apparently he's not. Does anybody have more insight on that? I haven't really been paying attention to it all that much, admittedly. Somebody talk about that, please.
No. So their roster is more or less Smuglig, not Mason, Fogged, Demon, Pycat. Mason sometimes stands in for them. This is why he was sort of on their roster. Apparently, they had told the admins beforehand that they were using Smuglig for this game.
The admins okayed that?
Nothing's happened so far, so they must be.
That's so questionable because, and I talked about this a couple minutes ago, but like, I don't think it was when you were on the team AUI, but with the old KP, it was North American EMS, and they used Bone 7 supposedly as a stand. I don't want to.
Yeah, they knocked us out when we were on Dignitas.
Oh yeah, that was, yes, I remember that. Yeah, so there was that entire issue, and the admins came in and said, "Listen, no, you can't fucking do that, right?"
I mean, the thing is, the admins are so dumb because they said they can't do it, but it's after they beat us, and then they beat EG, and then EG had to complain for them to do it.
Yep, that's
right?
actually that's
but,
true.
like, there's no way EG should have to complain. There's no way, like, we didn't say anything.
Wait. So what should happen now? I'm confused.
I mean, the admins need to be more in control of the tournament, right?
Yes.
Are the admins
Like,
actually gonna do anything?
It's like when admins. It's like when admins are so stupid and they're like, "Oh, do you want to accept their forfeit?" And you're like, "What?" Like, just choose one as an admin. You can't let the players. Like, there's no good choice.
Yeah, but what do you think should happen though?
Nothing. Nothing. It's they've already been playing in this. They've already gotten the win. Nothing should happen now. Like, maybe some things should happen in the future, but that's up to each individual tournament. Like, and I'll say this, since I guess Cloud9's been getting a lot of flack for having 3 Europeans and playing in like NA sides, like on NA like qualifiers or NA tournaments. When what's it called? When the Join Dota Americas and MLG TKO decided this stuff, it was more or less we picked a home server, and that's how a lot of it was decided. For the Join Dota of Americas, they asked us, since you don't want like bullshit like your home server is US East and then Luxembourg one time, and then against another team your home server is a different thing. So I said the home server for C9 is going to be US East, and then to make that easier, we were put in the American side. Same thing for MLG TKO, and that's the end of that.
So
I have news coming in from Fogged. Quote: "We talked to Vlad. We told them we were going to use Smoglik before the tournament started, way before. The rules don't say anywhere that you have to use 3 NA players in the game.
okay.
We could have done 5 EUs on the NA qualifier for all we care if we have 3 NAs on the actual roster.
Okay.
At least that's what we were told."
Okay, well that's fine then. Obviously, I mean, then there's no issue as long as the rules as long as they talk to an admin, as long as the rules clearly say. I mean, then I don't think anybody should have an issue with that really at all. So, if it was something like EMS where they specifically said, you have to have 3, blah blah blah, but it makes more sense that way, I guess. So.
Demon might get disqualified from another North American.
God forbid, man, because like
poor guy.
Yeah, seriously, like the whole MLG thing was just kind of dumb. I think because they could have actually done a lot more, and no offense to eHug or PBS, but they could have done a lot more than eHug or PBS at MLG. But then I guess if Take 5 make it, then maybe you don't have Artesia to choose from for MLG Columbus, but now we're going too far back, so we'll stop that, I suppose.
You're going way too far.
Yeah, man.
Dude, you just took off like 4 months in like 3 seconds.
I'm very retrospective, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, if the Star Ladder admins, especially VLAT, said it was okay, then it's okay. And a little bit more about Star Series, actually, and I hope I'm not like breaching any contract or anything, but I'm in a Skype group with the Star Ladder, and obviously BTS is taking over on broadcasting rights, and that's fine. That's, they got it, that's good. But the thing is now, one thing that's interesting is that they're not allowing certain people in the lobbies anymore. They said that they're going to put out a list of people that they're going to allow to cast the game. They're giving a lobby to BTS, Russia, obviously, LGD, CN for the Chinese broadcast, Korean, and Spanish. So Shiver's not going to get a slot anymore. and I don't know if you guys like this is more kind of a thing that casters care about more so than anything, but to me that's kind of interesting. They haven't said if she's allowed to cast from in game yet or from ticket. What do you think about that, Charlie? Let's go with you actually.
I have a question first. Is HyperX Liquid BuLba on that that no fly list or that no obs list?
Yes, I am.
The way I understood it was they pretty much said nobody can do it except for the people that they're going to list specifically, and I don't know who that's going to be. I'd have to imagine they're going to let Shiver cast from in game just because she's done so much shit for them. So
no coaches, Sam.
I don't think so.
That shit doesn't work anymore. I think Cyborg Matt fixed it or something. Because whenever I go into games now, there's no coach slot available.
God forbid. God
For
forbid.
tournament games, there's no coach slot.
Oh, okay. So
I'm sorry, Sam.
Wow, you single-handedly made that change happen. Just think about
no,
that.
I don't know if it was changed then. Because if what AO is saying right now, it was never like that. Like for the tournament slots.
No, I think they just. I actually have no idea for tournaments, but I know in scrims you sneaky.
Oh, I don't do it anymore. It's hella obvious now. Because
motherfucker. That's pretty funny.
Hey, language, please.
You're the one who called me a dumb cunt to start the show off, so let's not.
Yo, that wasn't on air, and we don't use that language on this program.
I'm sorry.
That was
okay. My apologies. We're redacting that. It was me. I'm the one who said dumb cunt. My apologies, everyone. I have sponsors to uphold. Like a one Aaron Spit-wad Stern.
Is that English? You have sponsors to uphold.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
You're getting further and further away from the nips the more you keep going, alright? So.
It's not me that wants the nips, it's the people.
Yeah,
How can
it
you...
is.
Alright, can we talk about Dota again?
Yes, let's talk about Dota. So actually, we didn't really finish talking about Team Dog and their roster. What do you guys think, especially the players, what do you think about that roster? I mean, I like all of those players on that team, and I think they're all real strong. You looking forward to playing them? Kurt?
Yeah. I mean, it's always nice to have more teams in tournaments. Because, I don't know, for me, how I think Dota works is like every team will, like, it's sort of streaky, so when they hit their really hot streak, which they probably will, like, they're going to dominate, they're going to bring up a cool strategy, I think.
Yeah. I think that's all actually like every team. I think every team, that, like, at least for good teams, every team kind of just like is able to find a nature, find a strategy that works for them. But have you guys scrimmed them yet? Either of you, have you guys scrimmed them yet?
Yeah, but I don't talk about scrims.
I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just wondering if you were scrimming with
Scrim
them.
who again? Dog?
Yeah.
I think we scrimmed them a few times. I can't really comment on the scrims though.
Yes, I know. Listen,
I'm not liking Maut, sorry.
I'm not asking you guys to talk about what you're doing in the scrims or what's going on. I just wanted to know if you were scrimming them. Okay. All right. Okay. But I mean, Demon's been looking for a team for a while. I'm kind of glad they're getting this team going. Yeah, no, this is gonna be I think a lot of fun to watch them and see what they can do. I really actually wish, and I'm just kind of a North American fan, but I wish they were using Mason, just because I love watching that guy. I love watching him play. But that's just me.
He ruins my pubs.
Does he really?
That's all I know about him. Yeah, of course. Like, if you gank him twice, he'll just leave the game.
That's so fucking him, man. That just sounds exactly like him. He's very volatile, I'd say. That's the word I would use. So Team Dog, looking forward to seeing them play. I don't know if they've already played in Star Series. They might have played a game or two, I'm not sure. But yeah, Star Series America is a new thing that's happening. It's going to help the American scene grow. That's two tournaments besides Mlg Tko that have been growing the American scene and have an American like stage. So we're starting to grow American Dota by quite a wide margin. You see WWD playing a lot of games and join Dota League, and especially now in the Star Series America, you see like there's a couple other ones, PSST 4. So all of a sudden, these teams that maybe didn't have a shot to play up against the big teams now actually have a shot. Do you guys think that these teams are still a tier behind you, or could they come up and could they just be kind of on your tail? Could they have some strategies? Are they any good, or do they need to work on some stuff? Sam, let's start with you.
In a best of one, they can maybe like contest a game. But I don't think in a best of 3 they can beat any of the 3 teams right now. Us EHUG or us EG or Sad Boys, or us Sad Boys and Cloud9.
So you don't. All right. So in a best of 1, you're saying in a controlled environment, then maybe they can take.
Yeah, but in a best of 3, I don't think they can. I mean, there's still a chance, but I don't think it's really hard.
Do you agree with that, Kurt?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just like that.
So
So-
we'll
I
see.
think what
So-
we've done is really created a second tier of teams, you know, a nice semi-pro scene who maybe can't necessarily compete with the top teams right now, but there's at least a strong, healthy scene working towards that point.
Exactly.
It's, I mean, you can list like at least a dozen teams right now who have been playing in all these semi-pro leagues and secs and techs, and they can win any given week, and so it's pretty competitive right now.
Yeah. I think more competition is definitely a good thing. So, I mean, even if they are still a little bit behind, there's always a chance that in the coming months they can start doing really well for themselves. And the problem is, I think a lot of them don't really have a chance of getting sponsored. Charlie, do you think it's just harder for these teams to get sponsored than it was for teams like, you know, Pot and Bottom or for even Fire? Is it more difficult to get?
I mean, Fire and Pot and Bottom one. So,
Obviously.
like,
Yeah.
They have much better
like,
results.
come on, like this. It's not even like.
What kind of question is that? Also, I would like to take this time to give a shots fired to fucking Twitch Plays Pokemon that is
Whoa.
ruining the chat right now. Twitch Plays Pokemon is actually ruining the chat right now because it's taking up so many of the resources. This is why chat's not active right now.
Can you confirm that? Because I thought they said they had a different server for Twitch Plays Pokemon on.
Really? I don't know, but like ever since that shit started, the chat for every single stream has been.
Why do they get, like, or why is it so popular? Or what's the deal there?
Do you not know the story to that?
No, I haven't seen it.
What happens is this guy made it's for Pokemon Red, I believe, and they made it so that there's a couple of commands, like it's up, down, left, right, start, A and B. You can type into Twitch chat, and it actually like controls the player character in Pokemon. So if you type, like if everyone types like, you know, up, he'll go up, but like it's like one input at a time. So pretty much you have like 70,000 or however many people are watching input different commands to try to control this like character in Pokemon. And surprisingly enough, it's been about 5 or 6 days. They've got 4, I think, gym badges, and they finally were at the, I don't know if you guys remember a whole lot about Pokemon, but they were at the Rocket Hideout, which has all those like little spinny things, and that shit's fucking hard. So,
I mean, they changed their system. They gave up on
Yeah.
it being Twitch Plays. Like they used some stupid.
democracy bullshit thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where it's like you have to vote on like one input now. They
I
changed
mean, when
it
I
recently.
first saw it, it seemed pretty funny to me. Not gonna lie.
It was
Like I loved it. It's pretty good. Like when they were fighting and I don't know, but
There's actually a subreddit for it, and it's actually pretty fucking funny. I'll post it into Twitch chat.
Can you use better language? Thanks.
Sam, can you fuck off?
Okay.
About that. I'm just kidding.
Sure.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I love you, dude.
I'm watching the stream right now. This is the most boring piece of shit I've ever seen. I've been
really
watching it
is.
for
So
like
much
3
worse now.
minutes. The goddamn Ash has moved like 2 spots.
Well, that's
and
because
it.
it's the democracy.
like, I just
thing.
turned it on. It's actually so bad now. Like when it was just random shit, it was so much better.
How are there 93,000 people watching?
Well,
There are
it used to be so much-
93,000 people.
That's actually
Yeah,
kinda
so I
crazy to
think
about.
I think this is what is fucking up Twitch chat right now.
You're probably right.
I could believe that.
You're probably right. But yeah, no, it used to be good because the whole like it was like you just spam things and like I don't know, it was a lot of fun to watch, but now it's just kind of like one move and every 20 seconds is kind of dumb and is pretty stupid. So
All right.
All right, back to
let's talk
Dota.
about
Back to
Dota
Dota.
again. We're getting a little bit off topic here. Let's talk about the current Mlg Tko standings because that's been going up for a
Wait, you
while.
asked me a question and I didn't finish it.
Did
I
I?
forgot what that question was. Oh, it was about sponsorships.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
aren't these teams getting sponsorships? Because they're not good enough yet. There you
Okay.
go.
That's all you had to say, and you didn't have.
And
to
why
say-
do they need them? They don't need them.
No, they don't. You're right.
They no. Do they need them? I would
I
say
mean-
some of them need them.
They don't need them. Not having a sponsorship isn't really hurting them right now. If they can't like continuously win all these semi-pro tournaments, then maybe
Oh,
getting,
yeah,
a,
no,
lucky,
no,
maybe
I'm not-
getting a lucky invite to a better tournament, that's all you're going to get from a sponsor, and that's not really going to help them.
No, that's not true. Depending on what who the sponsor is, can do a lot for you.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
what?
like when the tit's that big,
Like
everybody
what?
gets in line.
Really? Like what? Like do you like honestly? Do you think like last year? Do you think normally Dignitas would have gotten invited to the D2L?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's all you're going to get from a sponsor is maybe getting a few extra invites.
Oh no, you'll get money too. You'll get other things.
Yeah, but how's that going to help you
I
take
mean,
it from like the WWD level to Team Liquid?
it helps if you can dedicate like 10
More
hours
time.
more a week
Yeah.
to Dota.
I mean, it's
Like
not
you-
gonna hurt you.
You need some sort of like hey, I'm actually earning money off this in order to like sort of pursue something.
Makes you feel more confident about your decision. Yeah.
Like if none of us made any money from games, like I don't think I would play Dota as much.
Yeah.
Like I would still want to play, but I'd be in school and stuff still. I wouldn't be taking a year off for sure.
That's good.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Also, you have to think about how tournaments are nowadays, and especially like the new American tournaments. Before, it used to be like there's only like 1 or 2 or 3 big tournaments that you could maybe get into, like D2L obviously, and maybe even Dream League to a certain extent. You know, now that we have other tournaments, we don't necessarily need sponsors to get us in there. Like with Join Dota, the league, and Mlg Tko and what have you, it helps the scene grow without the necessary need for sponsors, which is, I think, exactly the point of these tournaments. So that's also something that you have to keep in mind. Whereas a year ago, you know, we didn't have that option. We had like the ADL, and you think about all the amateur teams that were in the ADL, it just wasn't even fucking close. I mean, you had like Dignitas, you had fucking EG, and you had Liquid, and then maybe even like Denial/Force Revenge, whatever the fuck they're called. But like that's it. And then all the other teams were just not there. So
Jesus, you seem frustrated today.
am I? Do I? I don't think I am. All right, well, whatever. Either way, it's interesting how how far we've come. So yeah, that's the sponsorship, you know, thing. That's the, you know, the new American tournaments. And let's move on. We're blazing right through this, man. Hold on, I want to see if
That's okay.
if Pandaego is still playing his game, because I want to talk about that. Yeah, they're still in game actually.
No, the Sad Boys picked Ember Spirit as well.
Oh yeah, there are other
Can we
things.
talk about Ember Spear and Chris and CM?
Yes. So,
Go ahead, Edby.
Yeah, just go, Kurt. I think everybody knows by now. If you want to talk about it.
Wait, was it not released? I mean, I didn't hear about it.
It was
Someone told me it was on Reddit.
No,
Fear's playing it right now.
it's
Oh,
in
okay.
captain's mode. They just patched
Alright,
it.
Sam, what do you think? Where does
Oh
he
my
go?
God,
Is he
what-
mid?
I don't know if he's mid. I think he's safe lane. Because
Is he legit?
AUI, I'm sure you know about this, but most mid heroes, like, I think they need to utilize bottle well. So it's like I feel he's like not that good of a bottle user, like at least in the early game. I think he's better mid. I mean safe lane, honestly. Just my opinion.
He's a pretty good gank mid though, right?
Yeah, I think he's pretty. I don't know. He can probably go anywhere.
I think he could go mid. Safe lane's another option, but doesn't he feel like a Kunkka? Like if you farm him?
I don't know. It's like safe lane. He completely owns most offlaners. Like I don't think.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, he crushes them, right? Like you
Yeah.
press W plus Q, it's impossible to miss that thing. 2 seconds
Yeah,
done.
and then like they can't lane at all. Like if they're like so far away from you, you can still get it off.
I mean that sounds good. If you put him like only like a 2v1, you don't need a like 3v1 to offlaner because he's so strong. I sort of like that style in Dota.
I think that's the best way he's
And
played.
then you transition into like a do shit hero, right? Like you don't
Yeah.
keep farming. And you don't
I don't
get
know.
battle phase.
He's one of those heroes that if he gets farmed though, he just wins as well
Yeah.
though.
But like
So
I don't know. It's such a big like lapse. Like he needs like 10k in items, right? Like he can either get phase drums and fight a lot,
I don't
or
know.
he needs, like,
I don't
10K,
think. I
doesn't
think.
he?
I like Desolator a lot.
I mean that's what's definitely good.
What do you think? And maybe this is more for a ganking type of like a mid, like you were talking about. Do you think Arcane would be working in safe lane, or is that only like a mid
It
thing?
depends. I like Phase Whisk better,
I think he will
Because,
phase almost always.
Okay.
but I know TC likes Arcanes.
Yeah, that's
Does
the
he?
person I was watching a lot of playing that hero. Yeah, he picks.
Why does he need
Arcanes a lot.
Arcanes?
He just likes spamming his spells more to farm. I don't know.
Because-
Zero doesn't manage
His
Mhm.
sorry.
The hero has
the
mana issues.
thing is, if you have Arcanes, you can use 3 of your ulti. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, you can just use
Yeah,
3
you
for
spam
armor.
3 to do damage or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, 3 to split it, and it's
Okay.
how much damage is that? Like, that's pretty insane damage if you think about it.
Lot.
It's only 300 at level 6.
Yeah, but along with the actual like third spell, the Flame Guard, I don't
Yeah.
know, he has so much burst damage. I think.
The problem is,
Hey, maybe
he's
Arcanes
squishy
is
as
good.
hell. He's kind of like paper. I feel like he gets ganked. I mean, if you can lock him down, if you can do damage to him, and if you don't play him the right way, and I guess that's the big issue. Is like you can.
He's
jump
not more
him out.
gankable than any other hero though.
That's
Like
true.
he's
He's not
better.
bad.
He's better at
That's
dodging
true.
ganks than most heroes.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of his positives actually. Because he's hard to nuke down honestly. Like the shield is a lot, and people get that early, and his Q is it's like an instant cast that can
I-
keep someone from stunning him at melee or hitting him.
Yeah.
I think the best heroes were Sim. Doom is pretty good for Sim. I don't know what else.
I mean, Doom's good versus everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I play the hero and someone counter picks me with Doom, it just annoys me. It's...
I mean, Hero's fun as fuck too, and that's another thing that's just great about it. You could just be all over the place. You could
I
be
can't wait for
superstar.
Phoenix to go CM mode though.
Oh, shut up.
Dude, that Hero is fun as fuck.
You're a
as well.
fucking Phoenix
He's,
spammer.
So I
he's
love that
actually
hero.
so abusive. He's actually OP. Disgusting.
He's really
Yeah,
good.
like picking
people don't-
Terrorblade.
People like feed with him though.
Do you offlane with him?
Yeah.
Offlane
Yeah.
Phoenix?
Yeah, he's
But
disgusting actually.
people feed with him though. When I like
I
play
mean,
versus Phoenixes, they just
People feed with Terrorblade. It doesn't make the hero not the best hero in Dota.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what do you skill with the Phoenix? You get 1 point in the Icarus in the offlane, and then just max your fire spirits.
I can't really tell you what it is.
Oh my
He
god!
maxes his first 2 skills and then he gets laser.
Okay.
Like he just max them. Like how's that a secret?
I don't know. It's a secret to people like me, I guess. But then again,
No,
Come
I mean
on.
to Sam. Why is he treating it like a secret?
From this moment on, you're a rock. You absorb nothing, you say nothing, and nothing breaks.
Okay. All right, Sam. I got
Wow.
you. I got you, dude. All right.
Yeah, Ember Spirit. I think he'll be really strong actually. I don't know though, but like, I know that if you go and you put a remnant mid when you're short lane or something, like you have a fight, you just leave a remnant there. Like their mid lane can't walk up for a minute or something.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like you could do some pretty cool stuff with him with Chen and
I think
other things like
the
that.
coolest thing I like is you have a remnant and then you just like go in and suicide, and then you buy back and you just come back to the fight.
He's one of the best buyout heroes. Like it's like Spectre, right? Except without dispersion.
Yeah, Spectre.
But a lot more early game, a lot more mid game, I think. And I don't even know if his late game's that much worse. His late game seems pretty insane right now.
His late game is actually it's hard to find. Like, have you ever played versus Amiibo with Ember? It's the most fun shit.
Is it?
God.
You get Battle
Yeah,
Fury?
yeah, you just
Oh
you,
my
he
God.
dies.
Ember seems really good late game. Like I don't know. Like once he hits a certain level of farm, he's so hard to kill. He's so
I actually
mobile.
think
He does so
he's
much
decent with
damage.
Darkseer. He's actually a good carry with Darkseer.
Because of the vacuum.
I don't even think you need it. It's such big AOE. I mean,
No,
is it,
no, for the Battle Fury, used to proc.
so do you run? Is that better than Magnus? Because Empower with him is pretty insane.
Yeah, true
God.
power. Everything is good with him, honestly.
He's just a hero that synergizes well with a lot of other heroes, and he's just so strong. But do you think that? And this is kind of a dumb question because I know how you got. I know how you feel about it, Kurt. But like, I just want to get your opinions. Like, do you think that Ember is a better hero than Terrorblade, or vice versa?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I think Terrorblade's the best hero in Dota.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear you say that. I think that's the most important thing is that.
Like if you're losing with him, there's something wrong with
No,
you.
I
That's
think-
all you Terrorblade pickers know.
I don't know.
Agreed.
Whenever I play Phoenix, I was on Terrorblades.
I mean, who's the Terrorblade? Like, have you played like a legit?
Yeah, I played legit Terrorblade. I played Noobs R Us Terrorblade. Played what was the Chinese tag Terrorblade.
What are those builds on the Terrorblades? What are the
Wow.
wise? What do they pick up?
They rushed Radiance.
Really?
And they go.
Like
some of them
if
go SNY.
Terrorblade's going treads drums SMI, like your base is dead in
Yes.
20 minutes, and
Yep.
there's nothing. Like I don't know what to do. Like I played a game on my stream against Terrorblade today, and it was so fucking hard. You went Radiance, and it's still so hard.
The thing is, you don't even need, like, especially if you're in the laning phase, if you're laning against somebody, you can just kill them with Metamorphosis. Even if, like, you don't even need treads. You just Metamorphosis and you slow them and you kill them.
He's so like Reflection is OP. I don't know why it slows attack speed. I don't know why it slows for 5 seconds 60%. That's just stupid.
And the fact that you can make illusions of your Metamorphosis is also like, oh, guess what? Your towers are all fucking dead. You're not going to be able to stop that push. Like, that's so dumb. And then Sunder on top of that. That hero is so... I agree.
Sunder sucks ass.
Yeah.
Thank God he has Sunder.
Well, really?
Yeah, that's not a
It's
good
pretty
ability,
bad.
dude.
I mean, for an ultimate, I'd rather have fucking Focus Fire, I think.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. All right.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But, like,
Oh,
it's
Focus
pretty
Fire
bad.
is ass too.
All right.
I mean, Focus Fire is legit. I love Focus Fire.
I guess if you're Loda and you go Maelstrom, Focus Fire is legit.
Let's keep on the same topic of heroes. Do you still think Sniper is ass? Do you think Take Aim helped at all? I mean, I think in pubs it might be okay, but what do you guys think, Sam or Kurt, about Sniper?
I don't know much about Sniper.
No. You have such
I
long
think
range.
I think Shrapnel's freaking good.
I think
There
that's
are some nasty push strats with him.
Yeah, I think he's a push hero and he's pickable.
You skill Shrapnel first then?
It's way too good. That skill is actually insane.
Alright. But did that get changed at all? Or was it the same, I think, since the last patch?
I think it's the same, but it's always been his best skill, I think.
Yeah.
People just skip it because they want to play a ranged passive hero that doesn't do shit.
I'll admit it. I'm one of those people.
Well, it got changed. It got changed last patch to like 1800 cast range or something, so you can.
That was a longer range.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can siege from really far away, and then people like Maut skip it.
Listen,
like,
I don't
what's
skip
wrong
it all
with
the.
you?
I don't skip it all the
First
time.
of all, you're a subway eater. You skip shrapnel. In general, you're a do nothing player. My God.
Why are you flaming me, dude? Like, did I piss in your cereal this morning or something, dude? Come
No,
on.
you're a subway eater. I hate people like that.
Yeah, so is Conrad. You don't flame him.
No, I do flame him for that. He's disgusting as well.
Oh, whatever, dude. Whatever.
Subway won us emoji.
Did it really? Is that what you ate at the?
Yep.
That was at the place, right?
Jared Fletcher said he's ready.
All right, let me bring Pandaego up in here, and we'll talk about the next topic, which is going to be server issues.
Very interesting so far.
My apologies, everybody. Sorry about that.
I hope that was on air, Charlie. You piece of shit.
Good. I hope it's on air too.
I just, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Well, all right, let's add Jared. Sorry, everybody, about that. Fuck. My internet just cut out, for those of you that were wondering what happened. So the VOD is going to be a piece of shit and a mess, Aaron. Sorry. All right, boom. All right, I added Jared. We'll call him now. Call Jared. Answer the fucking...
Pandaego.
All right. You there, Pandaego?
I am here. Hello. I don't have a webcam.
That's okay. That's all right. So, you wanted to talk about this specifically, and it's about roster issues, but I'm going to let you just go right into it, man. So, why don't you go ahead and start the conversation?
Should we have an intro on this?
Wait, what is this about
Actually
again?
Okay. I'll do the intro. All right, fine. So,
I can do the intro.
All right, then go for it, man. Go for it.
I mean, this is something I've always sort of had an issue with, and it's not something that really bugs me that much, but there's an obvious favoritism in like esports in general, especially Dota, because there's people that are like in the scene already. And I mean, I'm more a part of this than I'm like letting on. Like I obviously get a lot of this favoritism as well, but there's certain other people that get more because they're like been doing it for a longer time. So I'll start with the story. Yesterday we played our Join Dota League against THG. The first game we played on US East, and it was just like a blowout. And the second game was a lot closer, and we played on Brazil. The default rules for servers are basically US East for Join Dota League America, and then like the admins can decide if it will make. I want to actually read the quote. Where did I put that? Well, it's something like if the admins can change the server to like to achieve maximum fairness. So like if they believe that like one team is way better than the other team or something, they're going to change the server so that another team can have like an advantage. Which obviously we won the first game really hard, so they decided that it'd be more fair if we played on Brazil. And we lost. And no, this is not me just crying about that. I mean, this is what got me started on that, but you know, it's not the only reason. The reason I was angry is because I found out later that like we were forced to play on Brazil because the admin deemed it not fair for us to play against them on US East because we were so much better than them, when Liquid and Sad Boys, who also play against that team, I actually don't know if you guys played against them in particular yet, but I know you guys have played against Peruvians and Brazils in the past, Brazilians, and like we're not required to play on the Brazilian server. So my main like gripe is that some teams, which are, in my opinion, better than our team, aren't required to play on their server when, like, the admin says the reason is fairness, when it's probably less fair for you guys to be playing them on US East than it is us playing them on US East. So that was a really bad and sort of rambling thing. I just finished our game, so I haven't really had time to put my thoughts together, but that sort of sums it up in a nutshell.
Okay, well,
this is why a tournament...
Hold on.
Charlie, don't steal this from me.
Oh my god, can you... Oh, I just want to add something. So,
No.
I guess because you just finished your game, you didn't add this, but this was in your statement, and you did say this before, is that the reason that Liquid and Sad Boys don't have to play on the South American servers is because they have one European on their team.
That is what the admins told me.
Isn't that a big reason?
Yeah. So I just wanted to put that...
I mean, that's like the counter to your argument.
Okay, so that's where I knew this was where I was going to go, and it makes sense, but... So we have a US West player, Jiggle Billy, who's playing with us, and obviously Sad Boys has Fear, Universe, I know they're US West. or yeah, obviously Canada or whatever. And like that makes a big difference, obviously too. Like, because I actually wasn't having any lag. Like compared to Brazil server, it was basically playing on Lux. It was a little bit worse, but
So
it wasn't.
How much ping does a US West player get to Brazil?
US East we had 240, so it was like Lux, and then he had like 300, and he was going like 320 and stuff like that. So it's basically like him playing to Lux. So
That's way worse than Lux.
he said it was. I mean, it's similar. I don't think he was enjoying himself, but yeah, it's basically Lux for US West, which I have experience playing. Like I just moved to New York, so I've played like US West to Lux for a very long time, and every time I have to do it, I want to shoot myself in the head.
US West to Lux is 230 to 260. Like that's actually a pretty significant difference.
Yeah, definitely. 250 ping and 300 ping is way different. And same with like, so I'm assuming that's why I was like, I actually don't know, and I was wondering like, what does a Luxembourg player ping to a Brazilian server? Like, do you guys, because the difference between 350 ping and 300, they're both going to be basically unplayable, whereas 250 is like, you can manage it. It sucks, and the other team will have an advantage, but you can manage that ping. So I was just like wondering, does anyone know? Like, I haven't checked, and I don't know I haven't like asked anyone from Lux what they ping to it.
All our Europeans are asleep.
Well,
I'm a European expert.
How much do the Brazilians ping to US East? Like it's not that good for them either, right?
It's
The routing
200-ish,
is
I
really
think.
bad.
It's about 200, I think. 220-ish, maybe.
No, I think it's higher than that.
You think so?
I think it's
Isn't
closer
there
to
an issue with? I thought there was an issue with Brazilians pinging to their own server where they had
like they have.
Yeah, that's what I
It's not
said.
Brazilians. It's Peruvians pinging too. Like they can't play on Zell, right? Because the routing's just awful.
That's it.
But
Yeah, this was
Okay,
the problem
so-
with SEL. It was all Brazilians because Brazil pings better to Brazil, I think it is, but the Peruvians ping better to US East, and I don't know where Argentina falls in there.
So wait. The admin actually said that he's manipulating the server so that the worst team has more of an advantage.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear what you
Like-
said.
The admin's making the server advantage for the worst team, so they have more of an advantage.
Yeah, that's
mean,
the.
that's-
I'm gonna
that's
link the
pretty-
rules to you guys.
That's pretty dumb, but like
Okay, let me.
in terms of fair server, like 2 US East, 1 Brazil. In terms of pure ping, isn't that more
Sorry.
equal?
Aaron's
Regardless-
about to burst.
No,
Regardless-
not really, because you guys went down the server path, and I wasn't really going to debate what server is most fair.
My
Before
friend-
it gets to that, like, this is admin discretion, which means someone fucked up when they were writing the rules, because there's no reason to let admins make not necessarily changes, but rulings just like this on a whim that can be easily different for different scenarios. You know, if you write the rules good enough so that it says what to do in this situation or how you handle servers exactly, then you don't run into issues like this.
I mean, I thought the point of this like America and Europe split us to like stop the server issues, and then I don't know. It's just kind of dumb. It's the same problem, man. I don't think Brazil should. I don't think USD's team should play on Brazil server. No matter if it's EHUG or. No, I don't think USD's team should play on Brazil.
You.
Why? Why not?
Why do you think that we should get the favoritism because we're from America? Like,
Well,
do you not? I
do you
understand
remember-
when the turn. Sorry, go.
No,
Did you play
no,
Dota
listen,
1?
listen. The whole point about this was that European teams were whining about American teams playing in their supposed tournaments and making them play on USC server. So their fix was to make European teams play on their own server in their own tournament, and then they did the same for America. But now, why should the American teams have to play on a server that they lag tremendously on as well?
As far as I know, the Join Dota League America, and I agree with you. I think if the tournament is specifically for North America, they should have to suck it up. But this is Join Dota League Americas. Like, it's for both. There's a ton of Brazilians and Peruvians and stuff like Swag, Revenge. All those people are in this. I don't think we should. And it's the series so far have all been best of 2 games. So like, I think having one on each is fair. And
I don't think for the teams with the Europeans and US West players that's fair. Like.
But every team is going to have that. Like, almost every single
Yeah,
North
but
American
that's
team is going to have
really dumb,
a
though.
US West player.
That's a point.
Why is that dumb? Because we have to play with high ping. They do it every game. Like, this is actually me coming out for like South American players and saying I think
No,
it's
this is good,
unfair.
because this is a completely new server issue, too, because the South American scene has always been relatively small, and they just kind of
Listen,
piggyback on our tournaments
I have
and playing whatever they can. But now, since you're getting, you know, half the teams in these American tournaments are South American signups, then it actually matters.
Yeah, I mean, I have no hate towards the South American teams. Actually, I like some of them, and I don't know them. Okay, not some of them. I mean, like I don't.
It's like, I'm not racist. I have one black friend. that's what he just said.
No, I'm not talking about.
I'm
South
just kidding,
American
kidding.
people. I'm talking about the teams. Like,
Yeah.
Some of them, like
The
Revenge,
teams,
is actually. I like some of their players. It's. It's just that
Only some.
I don't think U.S. West players should be forced to play on this. It's really dumb.
I mean,
But what's your reasoning? Like, this is the point of a debate: is you have to back it up with more than because we lag. Like, they lag every game.
I don't think. Wait, what do Brazilians get to USC? They get around 150.
Their ping is
yeah, Brazil's
No.
really big, so like I think on the north part,
yeah.
they'll get like 150, and at the bottom they'll get 200. Because I know like there's some affluence gap or something in Brazil too, right?
We actually talked about it in our team chat to with the manager, with Bumblebee and stuff, and Fluff was like he gets around 300 ping to Brazil, and I don't know.
Yeah, I get
pointless
300
playing
ping
like
to
that.
Brazil. My friend from UK gets 270 or 322 to Brazil.
Like, I understand up till 200, it's whatever. Like it is dealable. I still think it's not optimal, but I don't think 300 should be something that American teams should actually like. That's just dumb.
I don't know.
No. Let's be honest here. We fucking ask a European team. Let's play US West. What the hell are they gonna do? They're not gonna play in US West.
I mean, of course not.
Yeah, exactly.
If you ask the US West player to play Europe, it's perfectly fine to them.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
The thing, like, okay, my team plays at a ping disadvantage every series, for sure, right? Like,
Yeah.
we play an American team, we'll play all USCs. We play a European team, usually we play predominantly Lux. Even if we get one, like, or two USC skins, we're usually at a ping disadvantage in every tournament. And, like, you just have to play around it. Like, I don't know, until, like I know in Dota 1, like, every game was on Europe, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Like, every single game was on Europe because the scene was in Europe. So until, like, I think the argument is...
And there weren't even third-party servers. It was playing on
Yeah.
people's host. So
Like,
it's
I think the argument is, like, until there's a big enough scene in Brazil, then they have to suck it up and play. Is that one of the arguments that you're making, or...?
yeah, that's my argument. I feel if there's honestly more South American teams than how many South American teams? There's a bunch of South American
At
teams,
least
right?
6, I'd say, maybe more than that.
Yeah, so they should have their own league if this is going to be a problem.
But
Like,
we already
obviously-
don't have enough teams playing in America, so you want to
Yeah,
like cut
that's
out
right.
the teams
That's-
from North
That's the
America.
problem then. I don't know what to fix then.
They might
I
just
don't,
have to
I don't
suck
think
it
it's
up.
an easy thing to fix. That's
No,
why
no, I'm
bringing
gonna
up
be.
the
I'm gonna
issue.
be honest. If Cloud9, EG or us, if we had to have to play on Brazil servers,
Hey,
I don't think.
EG doesn't have a team.
Okay, sorry. If Cloud9, Sad Boys, and us had to play on Brazilian servers, I'm pretty sure most of the players would refuse to play in the tournament.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
absolutely
That's
would.
the argument I hand here.
So you're saying that my team should just refuse to play the game if we're told to
Sorry,
play the
Pandaego,
server?
but it's you say favoritism, but it's not. It's favoritism as in the sense that some teams bring more viewership than other teams, and that's what
That's true,
tournaments
yeah.
are exactly.
And I think that's
So-
fucked up. You
Okay.
literally just proved my point.
How is that? How is that?
I don't think that's fucked up
That's
at
not,
all.
that everyone lives for profit. Like everyone, not profit. Everyone like wants to make their own name in this Dota competitive world. It's people are gonna do what they can. I don't see that being a problem. Like
I see that as a huge problem for any team. Like, it's going to be really hard for new teams to make it if that's the way things are going to be run. If favoritism by admins are choosing servers, I mean,
it's
you
not
can still do it.
favoritism by admin. It's us saying that the 3 teams that are playing, if they want us in the tournament, they're gonna have to put the servers like this. If they don't want us, we won't sign up. That's plain and simple. That's not favoritism. That's just us making a decision, and the tournament's deciding these guys are more relevant than the other teams. Not gonna be flamed, but that's just how it is.
No, you're right, Sam. You're right. That's just how it's going to be. Just because we bring the viewership, therefore, that's just how.
Yeah, it's not the tournaments being bad. It's at the other end as well. It's teams agreeing this is how the rules are gonna be. So.
And I don't think that is going to change, but like,
You're making really good points, Sam, but I mean, Pandaego, to add to Sam's argument, really, you know, those teams can just choose not to play, and then the tournament might not happen. If the tournament thinks that they're not going to make money unless they get the big name teams, then it doesn't happen, and then everyone loses. Like, it's kind of shitty, but maybe that's just how it is. And
yeah, that's pretty much what I've come to accept at this point.
that's how the world works.
There's no real solution here, right? Like, but like if you want a scene to
There's
grow,
no
then
everybody
like in
wins
Korea,
solution.
they have a Korean tournament. So in Brazil, they need a Brazil tournament. That's the only real way, right?
Maybe if
They
this
do
was
have
last
Brazilian
year.
tournaments.
No, listen.
I mean, like a big one.
Maybe if this was last year, but since then the scene has grown so much. There's so many tournaments. We can pick and choose really what we want to play in. Like I think last year, no matter what the rules were, I think if we were on a team, we'd sign up for anything, no matter what. But now it's just like we've already said no to like a few tournaments just because it doesn't fit with our time frame. I'm sure we can say no to more.
which is a good thing.
Yeah,
I think, right?
It's the tournament scene growing, and that's fine. That's fine. You're going to have tournaments that are going to try to get off the ground, and some of them aren't going to make it just because of these exact issues or time frame or what have you, and that's fine. I mean, it is, because you're having the more tournaments that you get, the more options you have, the more flexible you can be as a team, as a scheduler, as a manager, what have you. So, and yeah, the sad truth is that as we get bigger, there are going to be times when this kind of issues happen, and until we have servers that are a bit more stable or pings that are a bit lower, it's going to be a problem. So we'll keep having this discussion over and over and over again, but especially with this kind of thing, it's not going to have a result anytime soon.
Like D2CL or whatever basically put the rules that all teams would have to be Luxembourg no matter what. It's something we talked about before going to the tournament, whether we're actually going to play it or not, and then we said, yeah, we're going to decide, and we're going to just say whatever. It's Luxembourg every game.
That's how you got to do it.
That's how it's going to be.
You got to set the rules early, make it specific, handle every situation, and stick to it no matter what.
I do think D2CL should at least made, it should have been best of 3 with at least one game on USC's versus the Western teams, the Western European teams.
So I mean, it should have been based on ping, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like they should have, they should actually have numbers set out.
Versus the Russian teams, I think it's fine playing Lux every game if it comes down to that. But I think versus the Western European teams, I think at least one game to the server on the best of 3 should be US East, because it isn't like US West to Brazil in that it's US West, it's like US East to Lux, basically.
I think this is the most words that BuLba has ever said in a certain period that I actually agree with.
Wow,
dude,
amazing.
Yeah.
Stop fucking presses, man. You guys made some really good points, and I think we hopefully raised a lot of questions about tournament admitting and at least thinking about it.
Well, one thing though, like the admin that said I'm gonna influence the results by making the weak player have a server advantage, like that's something special.
It's kind of
that's something that should never happen.
Actually, by the way, too.
I mean, so like something like that. There's no way that's right. The admin's supposed to give the teams the most equal chance, right? Like a level playing field, not. Or I don't know. Am I saying it wrong? Because it sounds like I'm saying in a match is okay,
right.
But
he should
people understand what I'm saying, right? Like,
yes.
Like they should be able to play like purely as their play, not some stupid outside force.
He shouldn't be able to make that decision on the fly like that. And we talked about it already. You need to have specific concrete rules in the beginning of tournaments and shit like that. You can't have like, oh, one team is doing better than another team, I'm just gonna.
Well, it's in the rules.
It's still dumb, though. It's still dumb.
I mean,
there's something else. There's something else though. There's something else in this scenario in this whole story. It's the admin in the game was Brazilian.
I mean, that's just not.
Oh my god.
No, that's not from me.
You shouldn't even bring that up.
That's from standin.mss. Listen, this is a quote from standin.mss. Pandaego did include the fact that the admin in that certain game was Brazilian. Do you think this shit would have happened if he wasn't Brazilian?
I mean,
never mind. Don't talk about it on the episode.
I mean, that's not that bad of a point though that he's making.
I mean,
if we had an American admin,
you could say admin bias, which is obviously a problem. I know in Canada there's some stupid bias thing about or ice dancing not winning gold, and they said the admins are biased or judges, and like it's a huge deal.
Nobody watches that shit.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but anyways, like it's actually a big deal, admin bias, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I guess we can talk about like. I mean,
you're gonna have bias in any sport, anywhere you go.
That interpretation of the rules, like, that's something special. The most fair server is the one that gives both the weaker team the highest chance to win. Like, that's not what it means.
I agree with you. I definitely.
There's no way someone could interpret it as that.
There should never be a chance for admin bias. If you write the rules well enough to begin with, you can honestly eliminate every single situation that comes up like this.
Agreed.
You know, they're like maybe not 100%, 99.9, but something like this is so simple. You just got to write it out first, and the team sign up and they agree to it.
Here's the phrase. I wanted to find it. Other servers are used if both teams agree or the administration decides on it. The latter might especially be done in Division 1 to ensure maximum fairness. So I don't like. Basically, you have to. That's why I treated maximum fairness like no.
Well, you're in. Yeah, he interpreted maximum fairness differently. Like the goal is not for him to make the game as fair as possible. It's to make it as close as possible.
There should be no interpretation.
Which is the difference.
There should be no interpretation involved in any decision-making process like that. That shouldn't be like allowed.
That's pretty clear cut. That's some. I don't know. Like maybe English isn't his first language, and he actually thought that's what he was supposed to do. Like that's quite a real possibility, right?
Yeah. That could be it, but
'Cause English isn't the most clear language I know.
I mean,
That's just not a clear phrase.
We need a linguistics expert in here.
I don't think we have any, Aaron. I don't think there's.
We don't have a linguistics expert on our list here of people to bring into the show.
Are you serious? We all fucking
Or
play
expert
Dota.
opinion.
We all play Dota. What kind of question is that?
I mean, Maut, get one on next episode.
Okay, I got it,
It's
boys.
on you.
I'll get it
Something
on.
like that.
I'll get it done, everybody. But
I believe you.
Fuck you. I think we all made some really good points, and I think we kind of all agree, especially on that last point, is the whole interpretation thing probably shouldn't exist. But Jared, Pandaego, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us and bringing up. This is actually a really good topic, man. Really appreciate you coming on and talking about it, especially with the passion that you had. So thank you.
Shout out Grant.
Shout out to
Also
Grant.
MSS.
Thanks, man.
All right, no problem.
All right, so that's that topic right there, and I'm actually glad that we talked about that because, I mean, that's important.
I think you should bring more people on the show.
Like who?
Just saying.
Give me
I
a
don't know.
suggestion.
Like, you have callers in or something like that. I mean, we shouldn't be
I
talking
thought
about it now,
about that.
but why not, right? Like, something that sort of just breaks the monotony of us just sitting here talking. Because, come on, like, sometimes if no one
I
wants to
agree
say
with you.
anything, no one says anything for the entire show.
No, I agree with you.
All
I
right, let's
think-
move on to a new topic. What do we got?
Let's see here. There's not a whole lot left. Let's see. We could talk about the Mlg Tko standings and where you guys are right now. I know that you guys are undefeated, I think, Kurt, in the Mlg Tko tournament, I believe.
Cloud9 and Sad Boys are 5-0. Team
Yeah.
Liquid's 5-2.
Yep. So, I don't know when that group stage is ending. Does anybody have a date for that?
I mean,
Uh,
those group stages for that
dude.
tournament don't even matter, though. Like, it's you get extra points for coming first or something, but you still need to make it through the next stage. I don't.
Do you get a bye based on being first or something?
You get like
you get like bonus rollover points every time, and then,
it's basically nothing.
Really?
and then like
Yeah.
the on the what's it called, the third group stage, because there are 3 fucking group stages. After that, then you have playoffs, and then the points start mattering. But until then, we're gonna pick, like, I don't know. Everyone's gonna pick weird shit. And
Do you-
not really care.
MLG is the king of confusing formats like this.
Yeah, they really are.
Like, I see the description here, and I'm just too lazy to read it.
You're just like, what the fuck is going on right now?
It's a triple group stage into a double LM playoff or something. I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, but then
no,
the
that's
bonus
basically
point
that
thing
it's-
makes it even weirder.
Did they really need triple group stages? Like, did they need to go that far? They couldn't just do.
It's all about like getting in as many games as possible,
And I guess that helps
stretching
them.
it up. Yeah,
That helps them. but
that's basically it. Yeah.
as players, that's got to be frustrating, though, right? Like to have to play this many games and to deal with that.
I mean, it's not about playing this
Absolutely.
many games. It's playing this many worthless games.
Okay.
But they don't mean anything.
Sam, do you agree? Stop playing with
whatever.
your crown, dude.
I'm not playing with it.
Okay. Sorry, go on.
I mean, it's whatever, honestly. I don't have a huge opinion on that.
Okay. Well, what happened to that fervor that you displayed in talking about servers?
I mean, it's like again, it's up to the tournaments. I mean, tournaments really decide what the rules are right now, and teams will either say yes or no to playing with them.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always going to have, like, a conflict of interest somewhat.
It's honestly hard for them, like, to really make a decision, because I know most of the European tournament organizers got a lot of complaints for making European teams play in US East and stuff.
Are we still talking about servers?
No,
No.
Sam just brought it back for some reason.
Okay, never mind.
No, the tournament organizers know that players don't want to play a bunch of games, especially useless ones like this. But like, you need the number of games to get the revenue in.
I mean, some of the, like, I don't know. It's these 3 months, these like really long tournaments are still really obnoxious.
Yeah, but it goes back to the thing where you can't say no to a tournament like MLG. I just think it's too big. What is it? $14,000 prize pool?
No, it's 30,000
Wow,
for each division.
that's pretty crazy.
But on a per game basis, I don't think it's that high compared to other online tournaments, right?
Yeah,
Not that high.
That's
I mean,
Right.
D2, I think D2CL is like the biggest online tournament prize pool.
But there's a difference when there's a LAN final, because that gives some extra
Is there that
incentive.
final for MLG?
Not this. This
No,
is
not
this
for
leading into
This
it.
doesn't seed into Anaheim?
No, I don't think so. I think they.
No, this is a standby.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is a standalone tournament.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Why didn't they put the prize thing on this one?
Because I actually read Adam posted a comment about that on Reddit, and he said he wanted to save that specific thing because he felt it was bigger to have for the LAN tournaments than to have it for just like online random tournaments. And I kind of agree with him with that, because you can't really do it like maybe you can get away with doing that for every tournament, but I don't know if that's the best.
You talk about
you
ticket.
can,
Yes.
but I don't like that. Here's the problem with it. Like
it's so bad, right?
it's the crowdfunding. It's nothing new, and it's no different really. Like you sell a certain number of tickets, you take money in, you pay that money out in prizes. Just because you're showing exactly how much like that each sale directly increases it, you're still going to come up with estimates and try to get around the same, and you're not necessarily increasing the prize pool, right? For these $50,000 tournaments where they get 100,000 total after 50,000 in crowdfunding, they could have made it 100 to begin with, not done any crowdfunding, and it would have worked out relatively the same. But people like it.
I mean, it's sort of hype building, but
It is, and that's why it's nice
why
to
is it
have
like
to use
that,
it for
Spit?
just the big
Why is it
tournaments
like that,
rather
Spit?
than smaller ones.
because if they made that much money from selling tickets, they could have put it in a prize pool anyways without, like, they could have put.
I mean, I don't think they'll get that much money from selling
Yeah,
tickets.
I think so too, sort of. Like,
I think
it helps to do it.
I think people buy tickets to provide. I think that's a huge part. I think that's like, if they see a tournament to buy, I think it's like 80%.
Right. No, I'm agreeing with you. Like, it works in selling more tickets, but it doesn't have to. Like, you know, if you're saying that you'll sell X tickets for a $50,000 tournament and that it'll be much greater for a $100,000 tournament, then the difference there might have been the same as what you did for 50,000 plus contributing 25% of your sales into a crowdfunded part.
Yeah, but won't their sales be a lot lower? I feel if it isn't crowdfunded, because I think
They would, but they might have been higher if you said right away that it was $100,000 instead of 50. It might have been more hype that way compared to the crowdfunding part.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's hard to say, and I think the
'Cause
crowdfunding part. Since I've done the crowdfunding thing for NEL season 1, we did that, and it worked out well for us there. So I get it, and that's why I agree with Adam. You know, for not doing it for all the tournaments, just the big ones.
I
It's a
think
nice idea.
I think most casual viewers they only watch in game if their internet isn't good enough or they want to like see specific. Like when I see a stream have like 70,000 viewers and I look inside the game, it's around 10,000, which is admiringly less. And then if I add up the ticket sales, I don't think that many people watch in game.
Well,
it's
you're
not
seeing in
control.
game is a very small percentage of your total sales.
Right. Right.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, first of all, there are people who just buy every ticket, and those people like
You can't underestimate Twitch.
NAL, and I love those people.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are some people just trolling for the items. There are some people who just want to get them all to maybe watch some replays later. You know, they might not be able to watch them live, but they're just fans who watch the replays. You might tune in to a couple games live and just overall not pay that much attention to the tournament, but there's one game you want to buy and you tune in for that one. I think overall, if you look in the client, you see that number. That's no more than 20% tops of your total sales generally.
And Twitch chat is, I think, also a big part of that. You can't really. I mean, it's maybe not as big as I'd like to make it. I'd like to think it is, but like Twitch chat, I think brings a lot of viewers to Twitch. Therefore, people are just sitting there. They like being a part of that community, depending on how big it is, and like spamming bullshit, whatever. But like, I know for NDL, Twitch chat's a big deal. At least, I mean, obviously, it's not the same, but you know,
A lot of people also get the tickets just to mute the casters, but still get the game sound.
Yep.
Just
Mhm.
can't do that on Twitch.
and camera control too. That's a big issue. If someone
Yeah.
doesn't like camera control, they're gonna buy a ticket like that. Like people love having control of the camera, especially when the caster doesn't have such a good grasp on how the camera works in Dota 2. Which, yeah, I'm pretty good about it. You know, just saying. But you know, there's a lot of good points. And MLG, I mean, to be fair, even if they're not doing the whole ticket, you know, prize pool for the MLG TK, they're going to do it for Anaheim, and they're also doing other stuff. They're expanding into Brazil, like, you know, that's kind of a big deal. I don't know if really anybody wants to talk about that. I mean, Dota's going to be over there. We talked about how it's kind of a big deal in Brazil now, but you know, it's interesting, I think. So we'll see how it goes for MLG TKO. You know, you guys I think are doing pretty well, both Liquid as well as Cloud9, even Sad Boys. So we'll see how that goes, and good luck to you guys in the future for that. Let's see here. Unless anybody wants to talk about that a little bit more, we're going to move on. And we have a question from our Twitter user, @VaginalSecrets. Joe retired at the age of 23. How long do you think you guys will stay as competitive players? Sam, let's start with you.
Okay, wait. Can you repeat the last part?
How long do you think you're going to stay as a competitive player?
It's a hard question. Honestly, if it were my parents to decide, I'd probably quit after TI, the next TI. Me personally, I'm not really sure. It depends a lot on performance. So, again, it's hard, because I mean, I just graduated from college and stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Really, it's hard for me to say.
All right. Well, let's say hypothetically you had a top placing at TI, not necessarily winning, but let's say you maybe placed top 4 TI. Do you think that plays a big decision on you staying in the scene and in on a team?
Yeah, I think that would be pretty high chance.
Take it further.
Honestly,
Say
no
you
matter-
continuously experience success, Sam. You're the greatest player on earth.
No,
What age do you
it's
quit?
more so. It's
Yeah.
more so than success. It's I mean, obviously what Spit-wad said. It's if I get some really, I want to know the opportunities are and how it's gonna be in a while. Obviously there's this whole thing about security and stuff.
Well, assuming that everything goes amazing for you, when do you see yourself stopping? Assuming everything goes as well as it could for you, when do you see yourself stopping?
If you are Dendi, when do you quit?
Well, I don't think Dendi will ever quit. At least in a reasonable future.
I mean, he's got it sometime.
I mean, I'm not. Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but I don't know. It's hard for me to say. It's. I want to go. I'll keep playing until I don't really I feel the game becomes a chore.
Do you think that'll be before you start losing your skills, whether it's just your mechanical ability or, I don't know, maybe just don't practice as hard and get rusty?
Maybe if I get just bored of the game overall. I don't know when that would happen. Right now, I'm not that.
Carpal tunnel sits in.
Yeah, carpal tunnel. That's in. Yep. Maybe then.
My wrist has been killing me.
Oh my god, you fucking old man. All right, Kurt. What about you? What about you? When do you think you would quit? Assuming, and same thing goes for that we said for Sam. Assuming you could say let's say you maybe don't have a good year, and let's say maybe you have a really good year. In those two scenarios, when do you see yourself quitting?
I think it just comes down to economics.
Yeah.
I think every player's gonna say that.
Okay.
Every player you ask is
so we're
probably gonna
saying
give you the
that's not
exact
an
same
issue.
answer to this.
Yeah, but
I mean, let's be
what if
honest.
you're just doing really well and
I mean,
making pretty
if
good
you're
living
making
for
more than
yourself?
you would from a normal job, why would you quit?
Yeah.
So let's be honest. Most
So
Dota
you're saying
players.
never. You're gonna go till you're 60, Kurt?
I mean, if I
You
could,
can.
that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Personally, I would like to stay in the industry. I think the industry is pretty amazing. I think people are more passionate in this than most other industries, and I think it's growing.
There are a lot of ways to stay in the industry without playing.
Sorry?
There are a lot of ways to stay in the industry
Yeah.
without playing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but playing is really good because you make connections and stuff. So, I'm gonna play until I start sucking, I guess. If I can stay in the industry, I'd like to do that. But
Your future
everyone-
won't be
everyone
much
plays
brighter
until-
if you're famous
I don't know, I don't understand this. If you're continuing to succeed, would you ever stop playing? I don't know anyone who would. Unless something major in their life comes up. They're having a kid or something.
Man, you probably still keep playing. I think because
I mean,
need to support your
I
family.
don't think you can play. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. The question's so hypothetical and non-specific.
That's the cool thing about this is because we're going to start seeing very soon. We're going to start seeing very soon because we're at I'd like to think we're at the kind of the wild west of this industry and the forefront because there's not a whole lot of people that have been around long enough to be able to say I retired from esports because now that it's growing into a mainstream thing, we're going to start seeing people retire or make jobs or transition, and it's kind of like how football is. Football people that retire, they either become a coach or they become somebody in the broadcasting industry or they do something else. So I think those options open up to people in esports just as much as it is in other sports too. So, and I think that's really what's really cool about this, and also the fact that Dota is just fucking awesome. So, I don't know, and also and that's the thing because some people are worried that maybe their mechanical skill is going to fall off. But if that happens, I know you're both really you have the potential to be really good casters as well. So you could do that late into your 40s, 50s, even 60s.
Mechanical skill in Dota is so different than StarCraft or something, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Even reflexes in Dota, it's have your mouse in the right position ready to go, and you can have half the reflexes of someone else, but if you know what's going to come, then you're going to be faster than him.
Yeah.
So look at Fear. Fear's 30. He's owning.
Yeah, he's turning 60 next year or something, and he's pretty fast.
I mean, Puppey's pretty old, right? As well. And Loda, pretty old.
Yeah, I mean, like the age shouldn't matter. I don't.
Yeah,
I really don't think for
I don't-
Dota, like.
I don't think this isn't StarCraft. I don't think
Yeah, I agree with
StarCraft
you.
and Madden's pretty big, but
So then you probably retire a little bit later. You can maybe even get up to your mid-30s, probably.
It's not even properly explored if it's actually an age thing or like your passion or something. The amount you practice just dies down.
Yeah.
Like hypothetically, if you could keep practicing, like maybe the reflexes slow down a bit, but with more experience, you just become a smarter player. You wouldn't necessarily become worse.
I think that's a good point. And it's more, yeah, I mean, this is just a question that, like you said, hasn't been explored yet. And so when we get to that point, then we'll see what happens. But for right now,
I think most Dota players don't really think that much about, like, most of them live in the present, the moment. Let's be honest here.
You live in the moment, Sam?
Times when it calls for it. Maybe I'm an outlier.
perhaps.
I mean, the whole Europe scene is different than the American scene, so let's be honest here. Europeans can go to work and still play competitively, and go to school and still play competitively.
Yeah.
I mean, limited work and limited school.
I don't know. Since games usually start around 6 p.m. their time, I think if they don't really play pubs outside of scrimming and stuff and matches,
It's exhausting though to
It
go
is
to
actually
school
so
and to go to work and then
I
to
mean,
have
it is
to
exhausting.
come back and then
I did that shit. It was not fun.
yeah.
But it's something, if you put your mind to it, you can do. I don't think that's an excuse to say it's exhausting. Anyone can do anything.
Yeah, but then that goes to the point of saying you're mentally tired of the game. Maybe you don't want to play anymore. Then you just think about retiring. So I think that's something.
I mean, I remember last semester when I had both classes and Dota. It's after I finished playing my matches and scrims, I had no real motivation to play Dota in the evening. Like, it was honestly just tiring for me. So it's probably because I had to work and stuff. But yeah, you're right. It definitely gets mentally exhausting.
Yeah, and that's something that's different for, I think, competitive players and obviously casual players. So we'll see how it goes throughout the years. I mean, we still have a long time before we really explore this this kind of thing completely, but it's exciting. I think just talking about all this stuff, it excites me to talk about like where we're headed, especially with esports and all the stuff that's happening. So,
What does it look like when you get excited?
dude, you know how it is, man. You know how it goes.
Something. Do your nipples get hard?
They do. All right, all right, Sam.
Someone phoned Jess.
That's where I was going.
Someone phoned up Jess.
Oh god.
I think we're gonna stop here.
Maut wants you, Jess.
Around 40 minutes, and we did pretty good. I think we did pretty good, guys. Let's go ahead and do our sponsorship roll and our shout-outs real quick. And Aaron, I guess we'll start with you because you're on the left side of the screen here for me.
Shout out to Dota. Follow me at Spit-wad.
Do it, Charlie.
Follow me at Monolith Dota.
Okay, Kurt.
Shout out to Conrad.
Okay.
Follow me on twitch.tv/AU2000, Twitter AU2000, on Facebook page AUI2000 Dota. Shout out to our sponsors, HyperX, Alienware, Logitech, and Crunchyroll.
Oh God, yes, the Crunchyroll shout out. I was waiting for that.
We're sponsored by Anime.
I'm so happy. I fucking love Crunchyroll, man. You have no idea. You have no idea. All right, Sam.
I shout out to HyperX, Razer, Twitch, Barracuda, Need for Shiny Things, Outgrade, and shout out to Demon and his team Dog.
All right.
And shout out to Charlie and his teams.
And thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Excuse me, God. My name is Maut. You can follow me at twitter.com/MautDota2. I will be casting like 12 hours of Dota tomorrow and join Dota League.
What are you casting?
I'm doing Virtus Pro versus
tomorrow
Fnatic.
Speed. Wait, we forgot to talk. Tomorrow Speed versus Sad, or sorry, Cloud9 versus Sad.
I don't think I'm doing that one. What is that for?
And tomorrow we're playing Navi as well.
Do you know what league that's for? Oh, it's TKO. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I will be doing.
Well, it's still relevant even if you're not doing it, Mont. Sorry, the world doesn't revolve.
Whatever, dude. All right, no, but like, yeah, no, that's gonna be a good game. I'll make sure to tune. Actually, I'll be casting you versus WWD. So
there's actually so many games tomorrow. If you look at the list,
you're playing WWD right when that game's happening.
It's what Fnatic VP. Okay, let's bet on each of these games.
Oh my God, dude. No, just list them off.
I mean, you're influencing the Dota launch thing here.
Oh, not bet. I mean, just guess what you think. Okay, Sad versus Roxkiss. Who's gonna win that?
Can I go eat?
Sad.
I'm hungry.
Okay, Navi versus Liquid. Who's gonna win that?
Navi.
I'm abstaining. I'm abstaining from that.
Thank you.
I'm abstaining from all these bets. I'm not gonna say anything. This
Okay,
is.
how about Cloud9 versus Sad? That's the relevant one.
Cloud9.
Really, you're gonna think?
I got
Cloud9's
your back,
gonna win
Kurt. I got it. I got it.
In this game, that means nothing. I don't think it
Yeah, I
matters.
know.
Well-
This game actually doesn't mean.
that? No,
anything.
it does mean things.
No, it means nothing.
No, it means pride, and I'm pretty sure Bone7 and
I mean,
Pride doesn't want those start.
How much I care is so little.
You know what? USA versus Russia meant nothing, but USA came out swinging. They fucking played hard. I'm just saying. All right.
And Liquid versus Wild Witch Doctors.
Wild Witch Doctors. Okay, can we end this?
WWD. Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are a podcast listener or a VOD viewer, make sure you tune in live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 o'clock a.m. CET.
Wait, Maut.
What?
Don't
What?
be a pussy.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus. All right, we're done here, everybody. Have a good night. We will see you all next week. Thank you so much for joining us. Take it easy, everybody.